Hello and welcome to the Front Office Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Cameron. And as always, Tees and Trees Clothing sponsors the show. Tees and Trees is where we stand on business. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Good to see you. Glad to hear from you. If you're a new subscriber, we appreciate you checking in. Get ready for the fucking show. All right. As you can see, man, we got a different background. I'm actually really happy about it. Came out good. This is going to be the solo setup for a while. Like I said, it's a slow process, man. So everybody who's been continually checking in, commenting, liking videos, man, is much appreciated. Shout out to my man, Sean Elwood. Today is Saturday, February 9th or 10th, I think. I think it's the 9th. Super Bowl tomorrow, the 10th. We're going to get into that. We're going to definitely get into that. Quick show, nothing major, man. I promised I would give my picks. So I'm recording tonight so I can chop up and edit and be able to publish tomorrow. Hopefully everybody checks in. Bet at your own risk, man. Shout out to Prize Picks, man. Bet at your own risk, man. If I give my pick and you bet on it, you make money, cool. You don't make money, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Be a responsible adult. Nothing really. One quick note. Big shout out to Gigi Jackson from Ridgeview High School. Went to USC, plays with the Grizzlies. Signed a 4-year deal after getting drafted, I think, in the, maybe early second round, a little mid-second round. Worked his way through the G League. And, big shout out to that young man, for working hard, making his dreams come true, man. 4-year deal. I don't know the numbers or anything like that, but I know it's a good bag. It's guaranteed money, man. Shout out to him. Let's get straight to the Super Bowl. We got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. This, I think, is a good matchup. I do think we have the best teams. I hate to say it as much as I wanted to see Lamar there. I think Kansas City's better. I think they've proven that. Everybody was really, they can't win on the road, and they went on the road throughout the playoffs and got themselves to the Super Bowl. So big shout-outs out to them. The 49ers had a bit of a kind of up and down path, I think. I'm sorry, I hear my wife talking to my daughter. I'm in the garage, so you know what I mean. But no, with the 49ers, I think their playoff run was a little tougher in the sense of the games were closer. The Baltimore game with Kansas City was a close game. It wasn't a blowout. They won 17-10, but Kansas City really dominated the game, in my opinion. I don't think Lamar and them definitely had an opportunity, but you just kind of knew Kansas City was going to pull that out, whereas Detroit jumped up big on the Niners early and really just kind of lost the lead. Green Bay went blow for blow with them. They pulled it out at the end. So both of them have interesting roads to get here. They've had their troubles and tribulations to kind of get to this point. But they're here. Game is tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time. Of course, Usher's performing at halftime. Big shout out to Usher. Taylor Swift is going to be at the game. We ain't trying to hear that bullshit. She's going to be at the game. They're going to show her. Don't jump on Facebook complaining about the shit. Just shut the hell up and enjoy the game. All right? Ain't nobody trying to hear all that shit. All right, but back to the game. My picks. It's a tough pick for me because I think they're kind of even in different ways, and I think it's going to come down to coaching and who's going to make plays. Starting with the 49ers offensively, they're good. They're good, but they're not very consistent. Debo is a huge threat. George Kittle's a little banged up, but he's a threat. Christian McCaffrey is probably I think he just got Offensive Player of the Year. Probably ranked really high in the MVP voting. I'm not sure where he ranked, but Lamar won that. He's a difference maker. He's a game changer. He's somebody that you can really win a game with and can change the game. So offensively, they're potent. Defensively, you got Fred Warner, Ward in the backfield, Chase Young, Bosa. I mean, they're loaded up front, and they're supposed to be able to stop the run now. The only thing about them with that run game that kind of scares me or kind of makes me hesitant on picking them is because of the fact that you're built to stop the run. But in both playoff games, these teams have been able to run the ball down your throat. Now, they've made timely plays. I don't want to say they haven't stopped anybody. The Niners have definitely made timely plays. But overall, people have been consistent running the ball from y'all, and it's been like that probably since about week 10 or 11. They've been consistently good, and the Chiefs have a fucking missile running the ball in Pacheco. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco runs fucking angry all the time. Like he running from somebody, or he trying to get to a motherfucker who disrespected his sister or his mama or some shit. You know, he just runs hard. So if Montgomery can be effective, if Gibbs can be effective, Aaron Jones, those guys, I absolutely believe Pacheco is going to be effective unless they adjust. They've had a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens tomorrow. On the Chiefs side, it's hard to bet against my homeboy. It's just fucking hard to bet against my homeboy. Patrick Mahomes is different. He's absolutely him. He is definitely him. I love Lamar, man. I want to see Lamar win. I think as a black coach, I think all of us want to see Lamar win. I was super happy that they got the MVP the first year. It's a little less dramatic this year because he's already out of the playoffs, and he got it. It's a great award, but we know what the criticism comes with that. But Patrick Mahomes he's a motherfucking problem. And betting against him is just dangerous, especially with Kelsey. I think the consistency and them being able to make the big play is going to be big for them. The receivers have to come to play. They can't be out there with the butterfingers and shit. Coach, my bad, because this is one game. You're really not going to get a whole lot of opportunities. I think Rice is going to have to play huge for them. Valdez-Scantling is going to have to be big for them. Tony is on a fucking hiatus. He pissed off with the organization, so of course they're not going to play him like that. But I did see that they activated Jerick McKinnon. If you don't know anything about Jerick McKinnon actually played in Minnesota for a long time. He was a huge part of the Chiefs Super Bowl run. Last year when they won it, had some big plays in the Super Bowl. He's definitely a valuable piece and somebody they can kind of throw in there last minute just to throw a little crank in their offense that maybe catches San Francisco off guard. So Andy Reid's a good coach. Shanahan is a good coach. It's even matchups. As far as what we're going to do here at the Front Office Podcast, I can't speak for Elwood. I actually haven't talked to him to get it. I'm going to go with my pick. I'm literally making this pick on air. This is how hard it was. I was talking to my homeboy. Shout out to Jizzle and D, man. Came through, man. We just chilled, kind of kicked back, talked about the Super Bowl tomorrow. I think I'm going to have to go Niners. I know that's going to be a big shock to a lot of people betting against my homeboy and things of that nature. But I think I'm going to have to go with the Niners. I think they're going to run the ball well. I think Brock Purdy will play well. Defensively, it'll be tough to see how they break everything down. Nah, fuck that. I'm going with the Chiefs. I can't do it. Just trying to sit here and talk to y'all about it, man. I can't. I cannot. I refuse to bet against Patrick Mahomes. If the Niners win, man, big shout out to them. I have nothing against the Niners. Darrell Williams, Brandon Chapman. I know a lot of Niners fans. Congrats to y'all if y'all can pull it off. But I'm going with that. I'm going with my homeboy, man. My homeboy, like I said, man, he's just him. He is him. He can play the villain. He could be the hero. Him and Kelsey, man, and Andy Reid, I think, just doesn't get enough credit for being a great coach, man. He really is. He's really one of the best that we've ever seen do it. I think they're going to be ready. And I think that Chiefs defense is underrated. I think they're going to get after Purdy a little bit. They're going to make him a little uncomfortable. I think the keys to win for San Francisco is if you can run the ball successfully against that Chiefs defense, man, I think you can win this game. But that Chiefs defense is really disrespected. Like, they really are. I disrespected them. I picked Baltimore because I'm like, they're not going to get after Lamar, but they found a way. You know, zone blitzing, staying in the pocket, making him make tough throws, making him have to think about it long enough just so somebody can actually pursue him and try to and rush him a little bit. That Chiefs defense is going to be big tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Jones comes away with like 2 or 3 sacks in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Snead shutting down Ayuk, who's a great player. Great player. I think Debo's going to get his. I think George Kittle's is going to get his, and I think McCaffrey is going to get his. But I think it's going to come down probably to the last. I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to take the Chiefs 30-27. That's what I'm standing on. That's my pick. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Front Office Podcast, Marcus, a.k.a. Polo, is taking the Chiefs 30-27 to beat the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a close game. I hope so. The Usher halftime is going to be lit, man. As always, I'm thanking everybody who's already a subscriber. If you're a new subscriber, stay tuned. We are working on the background. If you saw some earlier videos, you can see we're making some progress. I'm gonna have this thing lit. I promise you, man. But definitely tune into the game. We'll do a show after, and that'll probably publish on Monday on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the Front Office Podcast on YouTube as well as Instagram with High Skies Visions. All right, this is Marcus checking out. Peace.